No.
Oh, okay.
Not at all. It's quite a bit different.
And it's got only 4 pegs though, right? Or do you tune each string differently?
8.
Oh, it's got 8. Oh, okay.
It's 4. They call them courses. 4 courses. You you play them as if there were 4 strings, but they're 8.
And they're all tuned differently, is what you're saying.
Well, it's G, D, A, E. So the G and the A strings are the same as on the ukulele, but it's tuned in fifths. So like on the 7th fret is the next string. In a ukulele, your fifth fret is the next string, you know. Ukulele generally, they say, is tuned in fourths, and this is in fifths. So it's a fifth away.
The pairs are tuned in fifths. The pairs of G, D, whatever.
And one nice thing about it is they're all the same in relationship to each other. So you're like here is G, and a D is a fifth above it. A fifth above D is an A, and a fifth above A is an E. So they're all tuned relative to each other exactly the same. So that means you can, like a G chord is there, a C chord is above it because it's exactly going up. They go up by fourths. So it's, like you're doing a 1, 4, 5, G, 4, C, D. Anyway, The relationship's all the same. That part's easier, but the strings are very, very close together and kind of hard to get these big old fingers in there, Did I see Paul join in?
Beautiful.
Yeah, he's.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, where is Paul?
He's
right there.
Down in the corner, or at least over here.
Not on mine.
Yeah, I don't see him, but I'll get well, this is a small view. I don't know. I usually use a gallery view so I see everybody's heads bigger, but this might not be such a good time.
We've got a lot of people this time.
There's somebody missing. Oh, there's an arrow. It seems like things have changed a little bit on mine. Like I got a screen that said
Are you on an iPad?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I am not. I'm on the same computer, but I had a bunch of weird stuff happen to my computer the other day.
Well,
I thought I could get on and everything would be the same. But if everybody can hear me and see me, I guess everything's really fine. There might be some things going on, but they're not going to affect everybody else.
It looks like I have a new client for Windows today.
Yeah, all I was saying was on a PC, you should be able to see everybody without going to the next page. Because the limit is 25 on a page.
I think Zoom put a new PC client out today. Or in the next week.
Does it give you more options with the number of people to see?
No, it's just there's a couple of little things that are functional a little different.
Apparently on an iPad you get to see 12.
Yeah.
Then you can swipe across to see the others.
Right.
So if I want a better experience, I just move Paul off the screen.
There you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, Paul.
16.
Y'all want to play a song?
Yeah.
Sure.
I have to ask Deana about her disguise, though.
I think that's an excellent segue into Deana's song.
Okay.
All right, yeah.
White rabbit. All
Very good. Okay, I don't know why I picked this song. Can't remember why. Anyway. I don't have the fancy introduction that Paul had apparently in March 2020, but I thought, well, I got to come up with something as an introduction that's a little different than just playing bland old chords. So, anyway, here we go. One pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small, and the ones that mother give you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall. And if you go chasing rabbits and you know you're going to fall, Talamoka smoking caterpillar has given you the call to call Alice when she was just small. Oops. When the men on the chessboard get up and tell you where to go, and you've just had some kind of mushroom and your mind is moving low, go ask Alice, I think she'll know. When logic and proportion have fallen sloppy dead, and the white knight is talking backwards, and the red queen's off with her head. Remember what the dormouse said. Feed your head, feed your head.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, trippy.
Nicely
trippy.
done, Deana.
Yeah.
Wow.
the singing was
That
so
was-
powerful.
Oh, very
We've
good.
got a rock star now.
Perfect.
Cool.
Man, that was great.
Well, thank you. I missed that one E chord. I'm not used to doing the E chord. I'm like, oh.
We've forgotten about it. Don't worry.
Now I know
Got
why
through
I
it.
got the sungla-
What do you call it?
Now I know why I got the sunglasses and the headband.
I didn't know that song. That's really fun.
Oh, yes.
You ought to dig that up
Jefferson
and listen to the original.
Airplane.
1967.
I don't know
We're back in the 70s. with that one.
9.99 songs, so.
Great song.
Back in the 70s.
60s.
60s.
60s? Yeah, I think
Was
so.
that
Yeah.
60s or
That
70s?
came out in '67, I think.
Right.
Roll one right here. I need to roll one.
Rolled.
Marty, are you going to play us a song on that thing?
That thing?
Play your thing, Marty.
Yeah.
That's White Rabbit. All I know of it. I might play something a little later. Maybe during the beer hour.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I don't have a tune lined up.
Oh, all right. Cool.
You're not gonna play something by Marty Stewart?
I probably ought to. I ought to learn something by him.
Maybe Marty Robbins.
Yeah. Well, Marty Stewart played mandolin though.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, and he's
So
incredible.
that's why he's talking about that.
Yeah.
I see.
I don't know how many people heard the explanation, but I'm stuck here in Calvert without my ukulele. I had a choice of either showing up with only mandolin or not showing up at all or showing up without an instrument. So I decided to just keep my mandolin here.
Sounds
Sounds
good.
good.
Good choice. Good choice.
Gary, where are you today?
This Gary or that Gary? Look,
Yes.
the same place. I'm on the northern tip of the big island of Hawaii. So,
That's tough.
Yeah.
like our
Are you bringing a toy home with you?
poi?
A
No.
toy, one of these.
Oh, yeah. I bring it back and forth with me.
Oh, you're not bringing a new one home.
No. Oh, that's a good idea.
I hear they like them
There's
there.
several places
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think that they have lots of, or at least more than usual places you can get ukuleles in Hawaii,
Oh yeah, they're made.
Yeah.
there.
and they make them there and everything.
Yeah, you can
They're
actually do like a 6-week course down in Kona where you build your own, you select your wood, you shape it, do all that stuff.
Wow.
I've not done it because, I can buy one. It's better.
Right.
Have you been to one of the factories to take the tour?
No, it was a little shop. I mean, it was just a one-guy operation, and
No, I went to Kalikimaka when I was there, and that was fascinating.
where's that? Is that on the island or Honolulu or?
Oh, that's on Oahu, sorry.
Yeah.
Well, Gary, you want to play us your song?
This Gary?
Yes.
The other Gary?
Hawaii, Gary.
Okay. Yeah. I tend to play Bob Dylan songs because neither one of us can sing. So,
Ouch.
all right. My love, she speaks like silence, without ideals or violence. She doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true like ice, like fire. People carry roses, make promises by the hours. My love, she laughs like the flowers. Valentines can't buy her. In the dime stores and bus stations, people talk of situations, read books, repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure, and that failure's no success at all. The cloak and dagger dangles. Madams light the candles. In the ceremonies of the horseman, even the pawn must bear a grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks, she does not bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. The bridge at midnight trembles. The country doctor rambles. Bankers' nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts that wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer. The night blows cold and rainy. My love, she's like some raven at my window with a broken wing. Here we go.
Very nice.
Very good.
Great.
Great.
Good.
Thank you.
Connection from far away works well too. Works better than
Yeah.
when you have it here.
I know I have Google Fiber here, but I don't, like in high-tech Austin, so.
All those fibers across the ocean
Yeah.
working.
The electrons just scurrying to you. So.
All right, Kent, you want to sing to us about your Christmas divorce?
My wife and I were talking about Christmas songs.
Ah.
This one is about infidelity. Baby, It's Cold Outside is about sexual harassment.
Yeah.
I'm Getting Nothing for Christmas is about juvenile delinquency. I mean, that's what it takes for a good Christmas song.
Yeah. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Yeah, right.
Oh, you bet. He Knows When You've Been Sleeping is about voyeurism.
Knows if you've been better.
All right, here we go. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. She didn't see me creep down the stairs to take a peep. She thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy tickle Santa Claus underneath his beard so snowy white. Oh, what a life it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night. I saw Mommy kissing Santa Claus underneath the mistletoe last night. She didn't see me creep down the stairs to have a peep. Thought that I was tucked up in my bedroom fast asleep. Then I saw Mommy tickle Santa Claus underneath his beard so snowy white. Oh, what a life it would have been if Daddy had only seen Mommy kissing Santa Claus last night.
Very good.
Real nice.
Look at the song the same way, you know.
Mary Jane, you want to do one of yours?
Okay, yeah, let me do Arthur McBride.
Okay.
Since we're on the subject of Christmas songs about subjects that are not necessarily pleasant.
Did I start a theme?
This starts out well, but ends rather badly. But our boys are on top, though. It also shows the Irish penchant. This is a traditional Irish song, but it does happen to be a Christmas song because they keep talking about Christmas morning on it. And that's the only thing that makes it a Christmas song. Oh, wait, it's got a kazoo part. A small kazoo part. Oh, me and me cousin, one Arthur McBride, as we went a-walking down by the seaside. Now mark what followed and what did betide, for it being on Christmas morning. Out for recreation we went on a tramp, and we met Sergeant Nipper and Corporal Cramp, and a little wee drummer who roused up the camp with his rowdy dow dow in the morning. Good morning, the sergeant did cry, and the same to you, gentlemen, we did reply. Intending no harm, but meant to pass by, for it being on Christmas morning. vest and a crown in the bargain to kick up the dust and drink the king's health in the morning. For a soldier, he leads a very fine life, and he always is blessed with a charming young wife, and he always lives pleasant and charming. A soldier, he always is decent and clean, the finest of clothing he's constantly seen, and other poor fellows go dirty and mean and sup on thin gruel in the morning. But says Arthur, I wouldn't be proud of your clothes, for you've only the lend of them, as I suppose, and you dare not change them one night, for you know if you do, you'll be flogged in the morning. And although that we both are single and free, we take great delight in our own company, and we have no desire for strange faces to see, although that your offers are charming. And we have no desire to take your advance, all hazards and dangers we barter on chance, for you would have no scruples to send us to France, where we would get shot without warning. Oh, now, says the sergeant, I'll have no such chat, and neither will take it from Spalpeen or Brat. But if you insult me with one other word, I'll cut off your heads in the morning. Then Arthur and I, we took on the odds, and we scarce gave them time for to draw their own blades, when a trusty shillelagh came over their heads and bade them take that as fair warning. Then their old rusty rapiers that hung by their side, we flung them as far as we could in the tide. And the devil go with you, cried Arthur McBride, for spoiling our walk in the morning. And the little wee drummer, we flattened his pal, and we made a football of his rowdy dow-dow, and threw it in the tide for to rock and to roll, and made it a tedious returning. And we, having no money, paid them off in cracks, and we paid no respect to their two bloody backs, for we lathered them there like a pair of wet sacks, and left them for dead in the morning. And so to conclude and to finish disputes, we obligingly asked if they wanted recruits, for we were the lads who would give them hard clouts and bid them look sharp in the morning. Oh, me and me cousin, one Arthur McBride, as we went a-walking down by the seaside. Now mark what followed and what did betide, for it being on Christmas morning.
Yay.
Hey,
Very nice.
This one.
That's one of the longest.
There's a lot of killing in your songs, Mary Jane.
A lot of what?
A lot of killing in your songs.
Well, yeah. Well, they didn't actually kill him. They were going to leave him for dead, but they had to say their last insulting words to him before they left.
Well, yeah.
And I didn't even realize it was a Christmas song. The first time I sang it, I just sang it for my Celtic group because it was an Irish song, and somebody said, "That's a Christmas song." And I was, all right, they'll get it again at Christmas time. So.
The Christmas song like Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I noticed that was rock and roll before rock and roll came around, probably.
That's right.
All right, Walter, you want to go?
Give it a try. Okay, you remember this song, I'm sure. I've sung it many times, but this time I'm going to try doing it. Plus, I found out that I really can't play the kazoo very well since I had my incident. So I'm going to try to do it without it. So here we go. This is my new ukulele, by the way. It's the super soprano, the very short, short body, but a long neck. Ooh. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. Don't want a doll, no dinky tinker toy. I want a hippopotamus to play with and enjoy. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Don't think Santa Claus will mind you. He won't have to use our dirty chimney flue. Just bring him through the front door. That's the easy thing to do. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. What joy and what surprise when I open up my eyes. See a hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. Mom says the hippo would eat me up, but then teacher says the hippo is a vegetarian. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. There's lots of room for him in our 2-car garage. I'll feed him there and wash him there and give him his massage. I can see me now on Christmas morning, creeping down the stairs. What joy and what surprise when I open up eyes to see my hippo hero standing there. I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Only a hippopotamus will do. No crocodiles, no rhinoceroses. I only want hippopotamuses, and hippopotamuses like me too.
Vaguely remember that.
Great
One of my favorite songs.
Very good.
They may be vegetarian, but they'll hurt you.
Aren't they the most dangerous animal in Africa or something?
Yeah, that's what I heard. Those big.
In fact, I even
knock you
heard
over
that
and drown you.
hippopotamus will maybe not eat you, but chew on you a little bit.
I once got charged by a hippopotamus.
Oh no!
But it
Where
turned
did
out
that happen?
in Africa and Zimbabwe, long time ago. But it was a mock attack. If they were really interested, I may not be here with you.
Only a hippopotamus would do on that.
They are the most animals in South Africa because they kill the most people. they come out. They generally in water during the day, and then they come out at night. And if you encounter them, look out. When I was in Botswana about 5 years ago, we were in the Okavango Delta, and one of these hippos, bit a leg of a guy paddling a dugout canoe, and he was really severely injured. Just they just open their mouths, and the force of their jaws is incredible.
Well, that's why the hippo came and I just saw a wall of water coming towards me, and I had a guide with me. It was just me and him, and his name was Trust. And Trust Moyo. He stood up and he brought the paddle down and went, just flat, and it stopped the hippo. And yeah, I didn't even scream. I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't take any pictures, but I'll never forget it. Yeah. That's a great song, Walter.
Yeah, it's such a fun Christmas song.
Yeah.
Did I miss the memo on Christmas also? We still are
December.
Where are we in the calendar?
Next year we'll have to.
No, I know, but we still have another week.
Last year I played
We got-
7 Christmas
we got
songs in
plenty
3
weeks.
weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't get the memo either, Vany, so you're okay.
I can switch my song.
There weren't that many attendees last week. We made a command decision last week that from this week forward, it's okay to play Christmas songs.
But it
Right.
wasn't a requirement.
That's right.
It wasn't a requirement. It was the if you want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Only the
You're
cool
right.
kids.
You're right. It's December. When else can you do it? So I get it.
Right. Okay.
And we
I'm gonna
have
save
very
mine for
few
March.
requirements in this group. It's all for fun.
Paulette, did Paul say he was saving his for?
I never, it's funny, like some groups have themes and I've always been useless at them because, then like when you say, oh, play me a song about brotherly love, and you're like, and then you have to like find something. I'm not good at that. Like
I think you'd be good at Christmas. I mean, that's pretty
Yeah.
easy.
that one's easy. You're right, Marty. I'm not that bad, but
I don't know if I know a song about brotherly love.
I just made that up. I just picked
Now you
it.
have to play one next week.
Yeah.
Maybe that song from Philadelphia, the
Right.
City of Brother, maybe about that. I don't know. I just made that up. I don't know why that came to my head.
Oh, well, no,
It's
please.
Vany,
one
do
of
you
the
have
themes of Christmas. You could write one.
There you go. Do you have Vany, do you have a non-Christmas song you want to play for us?
Yeah, I sent it kind of late. I don't know if you got it.
I had some computer problems late, so no, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, here we go. Give me a
I
second.
hope I can play it.
Almost there. Okay.
Thank you. Oh, so yeah, this is, good time to look at the chords because they're pretty straightforward. Maybe the F sharp minor 7 B5, whatever that is unusual.
You can't call that straightforward.
No, that one is the only one that's not, is what I was, Paul. Yeah, that one. Well, but it's also a D3 or some D something, I believe that chord.
Yeah, D7 with a twist.
D7 with a twist, yeah, I like that. But it's, and just to highlight, there are some measures where you can play 2 chords, like the G major 7, switching to the G7, and the E minor 7 to the E7. And if you scroll down, Paul, just so everyone sees, there's a little riff, and it's basically, as it says, 8-10. So it's pretty easy. It's 2 strings only, the top 2 strings, and then G6 is the 7th chord, the 7th fret. So Just giving you a heads up. Okay. I think I'll start. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold me hand. Hold me hand. Okay, let me start over. That was terrible. Let me start over. But you can tell I haven't practiced in 2 weeks. So, sorry about that. Okay. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, in other words, I love you. Thank you.
Love that ending. That was
Yeah,
cool.
that's a great ending.
Well done.
Well
Too
done.
much, too fancy for me. I messed up constantly.
Oh, I do have a tip for the G major 7 to G7. Normally I play it with 3 fingers in a row, but then in order to switch quickly, I was playing a very I was playing the G7 on the 3 chords like that, so I could switch to the G7. Does that make sense? So that's G major 7 and then switch to the G7. It's just the G7 shape like restricted into the 2nd fret. And it helped me do the chord switch quickly in one measure.
Okay, I've got to talk mandolin for a minute.
All right.
Okay.
You must.
One of the things, yeah, if I have to, one of the things I've been taking lessons on is ear training, you know, and in that key, I think it's. That's all I picked out. But
Very good.
That's good, Marty.
you're trying to teach me to, you know, follow the songs along. So that's what mandolin is really good for the lead, you know, for the melody part. Anyway, I'm through with the mandolin.
Well, you've said things like that before, and having not played a mandolin, I don't really know why that would be true. I don't quite understand it. And one of these days I'm going to put some thought into it. Anyway, that was great.
Do you have a mandolin too, Paul?
No, I do not.
Oh.
Well, they do have steel strings, so that's one advantage for lead playing. And then there's 2 strings for it also, so that could be another advantage for lead playing.
Okay.
Makes it a little louder.
Yeah.
And it's tuned the same as the violin. So things that sound well on a violin, just the 2 strings sound like a lot of sound, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Like a little tiny 12-string guitar.
Well, midget 12-string guitar. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
You have to get out your 12-string one of these days.
Barbara, did you have a song tonight?
Okay, I have an instrumental,
Excellent.
which I've just been putting together in my head right now. So, but don't be too scared. So we'll see how this goes. You'll recognize, it's actually two tunes. You'll recognize them, I think.
Wow.
So with that,
Very nice. Aloha oi and silent night.
right. So we've got Christmas and a tribute to Gary in Hawaii. Gary, you look very happy out there. Let me tell you that.
Really do. We're
I'm
jealous.
enjoying it. It's good to be here.
Aloha
Yeah.
away and silent night.
That was good.
That was pretty, Barbara.
Well,
Very nice.
Thank you.
So Errol has a song about Texas.
Ooh.
all right.
Oh, Errol, you're muted.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be disrespectful to anyone in Texas, but I brought along a bunch of songs that I'd learned to play as a child on the guitar, and this is one that I had written down. I just had the lyrics. Apologize for the sort of messy lyrics, but I guess at the time I was learning guitar, it was played by the folk singer Donovan. But I was just looking earlier on the internet, and I see it was written by a woman called Jane Bowers, and it was first sung in 1955. And all the years that I sort of stumbled around with it on the guitar, I sang 880, were challenged by Travers, because I didn't hear the pronunciation properly by Donovan. So I realize now when I made a copy of it to send to Paul that it's 180. So if you hear me saying 880 and 879, it's just purely my mistake. And the other thing that I always found interesting about the song was the mention of James Bowie, Jim Bowie, and I remember that because of the Bowie knife.
Mm-hmm.
And of course I was attracted to the song because when I was a child, even though it was boiling hot in South Africa, I had a Davy Crockett hat. So those were the days. So sorry about all the misinformation, but here we go. And I'm playing it in C. It's C and F and G7, which you'll easily follow along with. The only chord that is thrown in at some point, I think, is an E minor that I'm playing. So here we go. Eight, 180. I sing 880. 180 were challenged by Travers. No, 880 were challenged by Travers to die. by the line that he drew with his sword as the battle drew nigh. A man that crossed over the line was for glory, and he that did lift better fly. And over the line crossed 879. Hey, up St. Deana, they killing your soldiers below. So the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. Jim Bowie lay dying, his blood and sweat in his eyes, but his knife at the ready to take him a few in reply. Young Davy Crockett lay laughing and dying, the blood and the sweat in his eyes. For Texas and freedom, a man was more willing to die. Hey, up St. Deana, they killing your soldiers below. So the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo. A courier came to battle, it's bloody and loud, and found on his skin and bones where he once left a crowd. Fear my little darling of dying, for the world is sovereign and free. For we'll fight to the last for as long as liberty be. Hey, up St. Deana, they killing your soldiers below. So the rest of Texas will know and remember the Alamo.
Really nice.
Oh, sweet.
That's really good.
My apologies for the errors. I couldn't even get those numbers out of my head, even though I'm an accountant by profession, numbers. But apropos instruments, I brought a Waterman to Maui, and I was playing with it, and it just wasn't cutting it for practice. So I had to go and buy a new uke, and I went to a store in Maui, in Kihei. It's called Bounty Music, and it's an old-time ukulele store, and they've got a wonderful selection. And this one is also, it's a kumu, it's called, which means, I think, leader or whatever. And what I liked about it, it's my first soprano ukulele, but it's also got that extended neck that Gary was talking about, and it's wonderful. I normally play with a concert, so this is fabulous. Anyway, so much, and enough talking.
I think that was Walter talking about
yeah.
extended neck.
Yeah, well, I liked your song. I didn't learn it, but I heard it in the third grade. I think Jane Bowers was an aunt of somebody in my third grade class, and she came and sang this song to my class, and so I had heard it at an impressionable age and really liked it. That was back in the Davy Crockett craze also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted to have a coonskin cap.
Davy Crockett,
King of the wild
frontier.
frontier.
In an old book, a photo album, there's a picture of me wearing a Davy Crockett hat.
Yeah.
There's one of him too. I think every little boy had one.
You know, when the pandemic's over, that'd be a cute thing for us to do on like at Kick Butt Coffee, do the Davy Crockett with coonskin hats.
And if you don't have one from childhood, you get to do it now.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Relive your childhood.
I don't
Well,
have
girls-
one anymore.
Yeah,
That's
girls didn't have them, so
Do you think the animal rights activists might disapprove?
it would be a faux
We'd
fur.
have to use
Probably.
faux caps.
Yeah,
Faux fur.
Bob might like to make some for us because he really hates raccoons. He's gotten invaded before at his house.
Oh well.
Paulette, you and Gary want to do your song?
Sure.
Okie dokie.
Oh, by the way, I have to leave to pick up my wife,
Okay.
so I will see you guys later.
Okay.
All right,
Sorry,
see you
I'll
later.
miss the
Be
song.
careful out there.
Bye. It's good
Bye.
to see you. Good to hear you sing.
Tell me when.
Wait, not yet. Okay,
Not yet.
I'm ready to
All right,
scroll.
good song.
Favorite song.
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Freight train, running so fast. Freight train, running so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know what route I've gone. When I'm dead and in my grave, no more good times here I crave. Place the stones at my head and feet, tell them all I've gone to sleep. Freight train, running so fast. Freight train, running so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know what road I've gone. When I die, please bury me deep down on old Chestnut Street. Then I can hear old number 9 as she comes rolling by. Freight train, rolling so fast. Freight train, rolling so fast. Please don't tell what train I'm on, so they won't know where I've gone.
Yay.
Oh, that was great.
Real good.
Fun
That's a
song.
classic tune.
Nice.
Very good.
Some great
Beautiful
picking there,
picking.
Gary.
See, that's nice picking.
Hey,
Lovely
Deana, how come you took your sunglasses and headband off?
Christine, did you send me a song, or do you have one you want to do?
I sent you something, but I really didn't practice.
Uh,
I could play a little bit of it. It's just something that I've always liked for Christmas, but I'll play a little bit of it.
Well, wait. Tell me what it
Usually
was. I
do
can't
that.
remember.
Christmas in Killarney.
Oh yeah. Here it is.
I seriously just found this today, so please forgive me once again.
You're forgiven. Now play some song.
The holly green, the ivy green, the prettiest picture you've ever seen. It's Christmas in Killarney with all of the folks at home. It's nice to know to kiss your beau while cuddling under the mistletoe. And Santa Claus, you know, of course, is one of the boys from home. The door is always open, the neighbors play a call, and Father John, before he's gone, will bless the house and all. Our hearts are light, our spirits bright, we'll celebrate our joy tonight. It's Christmas in Killarney with all of the folks at home.
Nice.
I love that song. It's like I always thought when I was a little kid, I always thought that's the way that your house should be at Christmas, with everybody just stopping by. No one does that anymore. They always have to text first, right?
Well, the
Yeah.
pandemic has put
I'm
a
glad to know that one because I might be able to use it for my Celtic group next year. They've already had their Christmas meeting on December the 5th, so
I like that
There's
song.
lots and lots of verses, really great verses, but I only was able to, write up. I'll send you the rest of them.
oh, there's more.
Oh yeah, there's
Well,
lots
those
of,
are really cute. Those verses, very comfortable song.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot, and I haven't heard it before, so it's new to me.
Mm-hmm. Deana put her sunglasses back on.
Well, she was told to. She's following instructions.
Okay.
Brenda, you want to play your song?
Hey, I'm gonna have to step out for just about 10 minutes, so I'll be back.
Okay.
All right, see you in a bit.
Bye, Marty.
Okay, I'll try it. I haven't had any practice time, so we're gonna wing it as usual.
This
Nope,
one,
that's
right?
not it. It's good key. That one. There. That one.
Wait, I messed up again. Sorry.
Yeah, you had it there. There you go.
All right.
Yeah, it seems like there was a note that was wrong in here, but I can't tell you what it is right now. But anyway, we're gonna try. Let me this off. Okay. On the feast of Stephen, when the sky melted the Christian heathen, rightly should them look at night through though the frost was cruel, when a woman came inside, carefully returned. Oh, got through the first stanza. Wow. Here the nation stand by me, if thou knowest yonder peace, he and where and whence is his dwelling. Sir, he lives at public hands underneath the mountain, right against the forest lands. I sing timeless. Bring me meat, bring me wine, bring me garland, is there now and I shall see thine. Oh, just lost it. Just a minute. Okay. I think I'm going to just give this one up and try it again some other time.
Okay.
Do it next week. It's really pretty.
It's a great
it's a nice
song.
song.
Good. I mean,
Yeah.
the chords are really good. There's just a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Some of them are
Yeah, it's I need to find a version that I can actually play, and we'll see. and
Oh,
it didn't
it's
help
great.
that my iPad went dead in the middle of it, so it's
I
trying
love
to
those
tell me
chords.
something.
Yeah. I
Brenda,
love that song.
I do
think
too.
it's
It's one of
great.
my favorite ones.
Next week, homework.
Brenda, you have the best sense of humor. I love you.
Well, I certainly tried to be.
I was
It's gotten me
wondering.
through a lot of problems.
I was wondering what he was the king of, because I'd never heard him mentioned it
Wenceslas.
for Ireland or England or any place, but he was the king of Bohemia.
Yeah.
Somebody looked it up
Oh,
on the
really?
internet.
Okay.
Yeah, the song
Didn't
came
know.
up on Sunday and
Wenceslas.
they looked him up. Bohemia. Where is that anyway?
Well, it was part of Czechoslovakia. Now I guess it's part of the
okay.
Czech Republic.
Okay,
feel
good to
like-
know.
I was gonna say, sometimes I feel like when you're playing those songs and they've got so many chords that sometimes you can cross out some of them, right? But seriously, you know, just like a lot of times you can figure out how to simplify it if you don't want to do those intermediate ones all the time. I don't know. I mean, it sounds better when you play all of them, but sometimes, you know, you can carry a note all the way through. Like I often cross out a lot of the you know, chord changes just because I can't do it. You know?
Yeah, and they're not hard chords, they're just too many of them at once.
Yeah. The version I've got only has 2 chords per line until you get to the last line of every verse. And then it's like yours, you know, like practically every word, it changes chords. And so that
Yes.
last line is hard to play, but at least you get a break on the first 3 lines.
Okay. Well, you know, we will keep working on that until we get a version that I can actually almost play. That one was not it.
It's a good song, though.
Paul hasn't done a song yet.
Yeah, Paul.
Fred, do you have a song you want to? All right. I have, I don't know if I can remember the words because I can barely remember them when I'm in practice and I always, you know, get little nerve things going on, so. All right. And it starts on, this is just a hard song to play, so I'll tell you about it when I'm done. Once that you've decided on a killing, first you make a stone of your heart. And if you find that your hands are still willing, then you can make a murder into art. There really isn't any need for bloodshed. Just do it with a little more finesse. If you can slip a tablet into someone's coffee, then it avoids an awful lot of mess. Because it's not murder by numbers, so 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. It's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. Now, if you have a taste for this experience, and if you're flushed with your very first success, then you should try a twosome or a threesome. You'll find your conscience bothers you much less, because murder is like anything you take to. It's a habit-forming need for more and more. And if you can knock off every member of your family, or anybody else you find a bore, because it's murder by numbers, so 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. Murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. Now you can reach the forgot the words. You can reach the illustrious history's great dark hall of fame. All our greatest killers were industrious, at least the ones that we all know by name, because you can reach the top of your profession if you become the leader of the land. For murder is the sport of the elected, and you don't have to lift a finger of your hand, because it's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. It's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCDs. 1, 2, 3. ABC. 1, 2, 3. ABC. 1, 2, 3. Now it's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCs. It's murder by numbers, 1, 2, 3. It's as easy to learn as your ABCDs.
That was
Wow.
amazing. Okay, what is that from, Paul?
Very cool.
Oh, you don't know that song? That's the Police.
The Police,
That's
really?
the Police?
That's the B side of Every Breath You
Wow.
Take when it was on
I don't
45.
believe it.
What?
You're the Police. That's
That's
amazing.
just
A wicked
this message
song.
brought to you by
Right.
Janine Jones.
Well, he was doing jazzy stuff back then too.
Oh, yeah. He has
Anybody
a-
remember Janine Jones?
No.
No.
It's
Yeah.
getting too far back in history, but
She is a nurse.
a nurse that did in a whole lot of kids, you know. Was that Munchausen syndrome or
Oh, yeah,
Munchausen by
right.
proxy, where she'd drug them up with stuff and then run in and try to save them, but a lot of times didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Ay, ay,
And
ay.
the reason why that name is so much in my memory is when I was going with my ex-wife in high school, she and a girl named Gail Worman and Janine Jones were the threesomes. They were the three best friends.
Really?
Wow.
Went to school together. And
Not the real
years,
Janine Jones. Not the
yeah,
real Janine Jones, right?
Janine
Real one?
Jones.
Yeah.
The real one?
The murderer? Yes.
Yeah,
Yeek.
Wow.
yeah. And I was
I saw my high school girlfriend's bed.
yeah.
Very good friend.
Yeah, really. While my ex-wife and I were getting a divorce was when this story came up, you know.
Oh, my Lord.
And it's like, man, the world's falling apart here.
Right. God.
Wow. That's
Good
crazy.
lucky you got out alive.
She just came up for a parole hearing this last year, and they denied it.
Wow.
Good. Paul, how long did you practice that one? Have you been playing it for a long time, or
I started.
when did you start picking it up?
I started picking it up a little over a week ago, like the Sunday before
Wow.
last week. Yeah, it's got
Good
some
job.
challenging left-hand chords, and it's got challenging rhythms. That
Yeah.
A lot of words.
drumming intro thing is hard because it's not well aligned with the words. It took me a long time. I still don't do it right, but it's close enough. Anyway, it was fun. I like that song. I thought it'd be more well known than that.
That's a great Christmas song. Yeah.
Kill all your family for Christmas.
Could have been.
Well, I think some of the other songs had about killing in it, which was brought up. So, I mean, you just need to say Merry Christmas at the end or something.
You're all set, right?
Yeah, maybe it would have
Well,
been a
my
better
only
album.
connection with murder was when I was 4 years old. I remember climbing up on the bathroom sink and I ate a whole box of X-Lax. This was in Cleveland because it looked like a Hershey's bar. So they took me to the hospital and I had my stomach pumped, and my pediatrician was Dr. Sam Shepard, who later became the fugitive.
That's funny.
Weird.
All right, I think now we've all played. Marty, you're muted.
So
Now you're frozen.
I never knew Sam was just
He's
David
frozen.
Jensen.
He moved.
There he is. He
Am I
moved.
moving now?
You're
Yeah.
moving now. Yeah.
I was saying, I didn't know that was a real story about Sam Shepard.
Well, we don't know if he really murdered his wife. He claimed he didn't, but you know, he was a pediatrician in Cleveland, and he was my pediatrician.
Wow. That's a brush with fame.
Yeah, little teeny tiny one.
Made for a great
I have a
TV
brush
show.
with fame.
Yeah, and movie.
I was in New York, and Sylvester Stallone was a usher in a theater, and we thought he was a dope. I was with my girlfriend, and he asked us to a party, and we're like, nah, I don't think so.
Wow.
Too funny.
Wait a minute, you remembered him before he was famous. That says something about him.
Well, that's true, but how could you forget the name Sylvester Stallone, you know, and he was saying he was writing
they had his name as the usher? Okay.
Yeah.
He told us all about his screenplay. We're like, yeah, right.
Did he snarl at you like he does? With his curled lip. You know?
Too funny.
But he was just in the theater showing seats, you know. It was funny. Oh, well. My bad.
Yeah, well. All right. We've been all the way around. Are we doing a beer break, Marty? You're supposed to announce a beer break.
Well, I got to know when, you know, so need a little instruction. You notice my glass is completely empty?
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm going to go put some margarita in it.
Okay.
And I suggest y'all go get some beverage of your choice, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
Excellent plan. We'll see you soon.
I found a Christmas song to play for after the break. How many cats do you have, Paulette?
2.
Okay, so now I've seen
One
this.
is a good one. The other one is Looney Tunes. Whoops.
Normally it's your black cat that we see, right?
Yeah, the black cat is the Looney Tunes one.
Right.
Makes me crazy. But he's Gary's baby, so what can I say?
Deana, what else have you been practicing?
I've been working on a fancy Aloha OE, but I don't have a good note to play yet.
Oh, that's right. You said you were working on that.
But I don't have the whole song. And I don't have it memorized.
You're doing the instrumental version, no words?
Yeah, I'm not sure I could do the words. I'm not sure I could sing it well enough. So yeah, anyway, that's the instrumental version that was on the ukulele magazine.
Oh, right.
It's like some video, and he said it's for beginners, and then he goes and he says, well, it's beginner intermediate.
Yeah.
And I would say it's definitely on the intermediate end, at least for me.
The words are really pretty.
Anyway, it's very pretty though.
Yeah, I love that song.
I've been working on La Llorona, but we
Right.
to learn how to get the coordinate markings over the correct Spanish syllable, which since Gary doesn't know Spanish, is un poquito difícil, pero solamente un poquito. So maybe next week, after we do a Christmas song, we have to do a Christmas song.
Well, Paul, I sent you a Christmas song.
Yeah, I saw that. Let me pull it up. I like that song.
And Vany, you know we're having the Austin Ukulele Society online Christmas thing this week.
Thursday evening.
You know, I missed it last year.
Don't
And
miss it this time. It's on Thursday.
Is it too late?
It's this Thursday.
It's this coming Thursday.
Oh.
Day after tomorrow.
7:00 on YouTube.
Oh no, last year was the Wham song, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they always do one Christmas song in November, and then for December they just have a whole bunch of Christmas songs we all just play through together.
Okay, that's the one I missed last year. So is that happening this Thursday?
That's it, happening Thursday.
Okay.
Yeah, us and Ukulele Society.
And it's on
7 o'clock.
YouTube, just like the other stuff?
Right.
Danny, are you not on the AUS mailing list?
No.
You got to get on the mailing list, girl. It's good.
No, you know what happened? I think like when I was able to join the sessions, I would write to Jen and say, "Hey, I'm interested in doing the video," and then she would send me everything. But if I'm not there, then I don't get anything. So I'm a little out of the loop.
She probably just overlooked it because I thought she had nearly everybody that was in the sing-alongs on the list, you know, on the regular mailing list.
Yeah, no, I haven't gotten anything. I've just been so busy that, you know, I'm lucky to be here right now. It's just...
Well, at any rate, it's this Thursday at 7.
7 Central Time.
Austin time.
Yeah. Central, thank you for that.
Yeah. No, I have Austin as one of my places on the world clock, so I know. Even though it's just -1 hour.
At least if you showed up at 7, it'd be early.
Yeah, exactly. I have done that. Did you figure out the chords for that song, Paul, or you found it written now?
I got them from, but they're weird chords. They're like.
They sound great. They sound so jazzy. I love it.
Yeah, it was very jazzy.
Sharp 11 and sharp 9 chords. So
Yeah, sounds really great. It sort of reminded me of, I haven't succeeded, but I'm trying to do Girl from Ipanema in English. I'm not going to try the Portuguese, but those chords are so funky and they're all over and my fingers just don't get there fast enough. So.
Yep.
You know what you and Deana both drummed on your ukulele. Have you guys heard this singer Kaki King who does some crazy drumming on her guitar?
Yes.
I don't know that person.
It'll blow your mind. It's just you've seen her, right, Gary?
Yes.
Unreal. Kaki King. If you want to check it out.
Well, I've seen her on. I guess it's YouTube, but she was on a lot of shows like the Letterman show, and
She was on Letterman. You're right. Yeah.
and she's all over that guitar, and
Yeah.
it's amazing.
And she even does, which I guess because she has a electric guitar, she can just tap on the string along the frets, and you hear like.
Yeah, well, she does it even on acoustic. I've seen her do it on.
Oh, on acoustic. Okay.
And it's a hammer-on. It's called a hammer-on, and that kind of thing.
Right.
You don't pick, and
Yeah.
you can play. You know, it's just they'll be doing that. I've seen her and another guitarist that was a favorite of mine, Michael Hedges, that can do all that hammer-on stuff with his left hand, and then they'll be picking other notes with the right hand, and it just
Wow.
boggles my mind how
Yeah.
they can do that. But
I think I saw her live once. There was something at the Met, the museum, where they had these different jazz groups playing old jazz numbers, and then their take on it. And she did a version of, I forget. Excuse me, I'm forgetting what it is, but yeah, she played an electric guitar. Yeah,
she's great.
She's very talented.
I did this one about the Alamo.
Well, Mary Jane, do you have both country and well, I guess all of it, country, killing, and Christmas all in this next song? You're on a
Well, I'm not sure if I understand the question. Are you talking about a song that I brought tonight?
Yeah, your songs oftentimes will have country, of course. And
Yeah.
then somebody dies,
Well, right. But in this case, there was just a fight and nobody really died.
Okay.
And then my second song is the Wassail song, which is it's kind of at the Celtic group, we had 3 people did Wassail songs, and they were all different, completely different tunes, but it was the same idea of the Wassail, which is kind of like a trick-or-treating. You go to the door of people's houses and sing and demand that they give you something to eat, and in some cases they demand money. And there was one version where it was almost like they were adults, and there was kind of like threatening the rich people that if they didn't give them something, they better watch
Taking them
out.
down.
There could be some retributions coming if they didn't give them some good stuff that
It's
night.
country, killing, and the Irish connection, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
American.
Well, the Wassail song, one of the versions was Welsh, and Welsh is considered Celtic because of their heritage. And but my version was English, and so I think it goes all over the British Isles. I think they probably do it in Ireland too. But my version is more of a light version, where
Do you have Celtic roots?
me.
Yeah.
Well, I have some Irish ancestors, but they're pretty far back, and a Scottish
You seem
ancestor.
so drawn to that.
But I don't feel
Wow.
like I learned anything through my family. I just had this a feeling about identity with the Irish culture for some reason. And maybe it's because of my birthday. My birthday's on March 16th, and that's the day before St. Patrick's Day. And so I just felt like, well, St. Patrick's Day is my holiday. And I just kept up with that belief my whole life.
I just noticed a lot of your stuff is Celtic oriented.
Well, yeah. I'm in a Celtic group, but it was just something that was available to do over the pandemic. I thought, well, I may as well join it. I've got a lot of Irish songs already. But see, I used to have Irish sing-alongs, that I ran this sing-along at the Unitarian Church. And when it got to be St. Patrick's Day, I would be sure that we did a St. Patrick's Day sing. And so I was collecting Irish songs before and already had a collection, and I'd even made some songbooks that I could pass out to people. And, so I'm just building on that now, being in this Celtic group.
Let's hear your Wassail song.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I'd like to sing it. I did sing it last year, so you might remember it if you happened to have been there the night I was singing it. But this one is more of a fun song, there's not any threats involved. It's
Good.
more like gentle persuasion, and nobody gets killed, and nothing bad happens, and it's a little bit amusing too at various.
But I can tell you, Paul has already covered all the bad.
Yeah, his got pretty deep there.
We got enough of that tonight.
Okay, no killing, no bad stuff. This is just wassailing, which is supposed to be fun. Here we come a-wassailing among the leaves of green. Here we come a-wandering so fair to be seen. Our wassail cup is made of the rosemary tree, and so is your beer of the best barley. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We are not daily beggars that beg from door to door, but we are neighbors' children whom you have seen before. Good master and good mistress, as you sit by the fire, pray think of us poor children who wander in the mire. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. All of the butler of this house put on his golden ring. Let him bring us up a glass of beer, and better we shall sing. Bring us out a table and spread it with a cloth. Bring us out a moldy cheese and some of your Christmas loaf. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year. We have got a little purse of stretchy leather skin. We want some of your small change to line it well within. God bless the master of this house, likewise the mistress too, and all the little children that round the table go. Love and joy come to you, and to you your wassail too. And God bless you and send you a happy new year. And God send you a happy new year.
Well,
Those chord changes come
that was
fast.
aerobic.
Well done. Well done.
Yeah, I guess some of those are pretty sometimes too. Sometimes
And
it's
you
on
put my
first
favorite E
seconds.
chord.
The E
Your
minor, I like
favorite
the E
E
minor.
card, yeah, the E minor is playable. The E itself is questionable. I'm
Well,
still
after
working on it after all this time.
Looks good. It
after
was a good
Bob was
song,
talking
though.
about E chords and thumb chords, I decided I could play it with my thumb.
Wow, you really got your thumb wrapped around there.
It worked though.
I can barely get my thumb to do one string, and I don't have any practice with it. Occasionally I think, I'm going to learn how to use my thumb, and I'll fool around with it for 5 minutes and say, never mind.
Yeah.
Show us how you do that, Paulette. I missed. You may have to raise it a bit.
Oh, sorry.
Oh dear. Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Paulette, do
If
you
I
have
go
a,
on this, I had to learn it. Pardon?
you have a soprano ukulele, don't
Yes.
you?
This is a
That may make
concert,
you
but
do-
I have a soprano.
Oh. Well, you did great on the concert. I thought maybe that was a soprano where it was a little
A little
smaller.
easier.
Yeah.
Barbara, I think I figured out that my last year on the state employee holiday choir was probably your first year, so we may have
Oh, okay.
overlapped 1 year.
Okay.
Vany, do you want to play your Christmas song, which happens to be maybe my favorite Christmas song? And Gary should sing right along with this one.
Yeah. Well, do you want to sing it? Is this one of your 7 Christmas songs?
Oh,
Yay.
I did play it last year, but I haven't played it since, and I'm way out of practice, so no, I'd rather not.
We know what it means when you say you're way out of practice.
Better
your
than
song.
anybody else.
That means it's going to be a lot of fun. That's what it means.
Mele Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, and the sun to shine and damp all the stars at night. Sorry, Mele Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to why to say Merry Christmas to you. Sorry. Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright. Did I lose my place? Sorry. The sun will shine by day and all the stars by night. Malikiliki is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. Christmas will be bright, green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas to you. I'm gonna go to the last para. Maybe not. Kalikimaka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. That's the island greeting that we send to you from the land where palm trees sway. Here we know that Christmas will be green and bright, the sun to shine by day and all the stars at night. Kalikimaka is Hawaii's way to say Merry Christmas, a very Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas to you. Oh, I'll do better next time. Maybe I'll sing this every week.
Nice.
Real sweet song.
Yeah.
Bravo.
This is
Nice. Christmas.
one of the songs that I knew growing up without, like ever being to Hawaii. It's a strange song that we learned, just.
Yeah. Well, didn't Kevin try to get us to play that?
Yeah.
Or
Kevin had his playing.
yeah. So some of us might have an old version of it deep in the bowels of our old Kevin songbooks.
I have a simpler version than this.
But
What,
Kevin always said he hated the song. We all kind of said, come on, we all like it. Remember that, Paul?
I've forgotten about that.
Yeah.
Why did he hate it?
We did it anyway.
We
Who
did.
knows?
He taught it to us at the Lamar Senior Center, and we played
I think he was
for a group.
kind of halfway joking, I guess.
Yeah.
He didn't like to do things that were real conventional,
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Well, that one, there's an easier version of that I got to pull up. That's fewer chords and easier.
Dr. Uke has the version that's harder, but I like it a lot. It has a key change in it. It's got some sliding chords, and it's cool.
A key change would help, right? Because it's just two verses that you're repeating, and so add some. I was gonna say masala, which you guys don't understand. It just means spice.
Oh yes.
Add masala.
I know that.
You do? Okay.
I've heard of garam masala.
Yeah, well, that would be, garam means hot, so that would be hot spice that you would add. But just masala to anything is, jazzing it up.
Love masala spice.
You do?
Tiki masala. Tiki masala. Ooh.
Maybe we should have an Indian cookout in
That
Texas.
would be fun. I can make
When you
that.
come to Austin, I want to go out eat Indian food with you here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
We would
She's
cook
not gonna
it.
make the Indian food any more authentic.
No, and
Learn
it,
what
You
it is.
come to my house and cook.
you might be better off cooking it at home. Except that I don't know how to cook meat, but I can wing it.
It's hard to do that naan on the tandoori thing, 'cause
Yeah.
I don't have one of those.
You don't have a tandoor, that's why.
Yeah, if you don't
I,
have a tandoor, you can't do it that way.
I had a
But I
boss
can
for a
make
while.
naan in the oven.
I had a boss for a while who was from Pakistan, so he knows Indian food. It's right next door.
Well, he knows Pakistani food too.
Oh, yeah.
It's very similar. Yeah.
And anyway, his favorite, or of the places I ate with him, his favorite Indian restaurant was in Romania. He didn't like the places in Austin,
Whoa.
but the Romania place was
Romania,
good.
Romania.
as in Eastern Europe.
Hmm.
That's kind of random. That's better than Pakistan or India?
Well, of places that were not at home.
Oh,
That's
I
what he meant by
see.
that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, but the
Anyone been
interesting
to
thing
Clay
about the
Pit?
tandoor is, you put the dough with your hand and you stick it in, and you got to be really quick, otherwise the back of your hand, the hair singes. If you're not quick enough.
Yeah.
It's a. But you know what? Everybody loves the naan, but there are better breads than the naan.
Yeah.
There's without any raising agent breads, really good rotis and lachas and
I
parathas.
like rotis better than naan.
Yeah, thank you. So do I. But in the US, it's like naan bread. I'm just,
I know what roti is, though.
yeah. People like naan, but there are other better breads.
Well, naan's good. I like bread of any sort, but I typically order rotis when I order Indian food.
And there are lacha parathas that have layers, so good.
Sounds good.
So where's the best, hands down, best Indian restaurant in Austin? I always go to
Pretty
Clay
good.
Pit.
Well, Paul knows. I don't know.
I like
Have you
Clay
been
Pit,
to Clay Pit? Clay Pit's pretty good.
I like it, yeah, but.
but I like that. What's the takeout place around town? I've forgotten what it's called. I think Clay Pit owns it.
Clay pit sounds promising.
Yeah, doesn't it? It's fine. I can't judge whether it's authentic, but I like it.
Clay Pit is near the Capitol, so I used to walk over there for lunch all the time.
That's all that matters if you like it.
Yeah.
Well, we want to be authentic,
But there's so many ways to cook it. It's like,
Right, so anything would be authentic.
yeah.
Cat. Just got attacked by a cat.
If your mom did it a certain way and my mom did it a different way, they're both authentic.
Yeah, and it depends on what area you live in too, right?
Yeah.
Southern Indian food different.
It's not a very big country, so they should all be real
There's
close together.
The same, yeah. No, they're like 30 plus states.
There's
in India,
Indian
and-
food restaurants next to the UPS store at Mopac and Palmer, and I forgot the name of it, but it's really good. And whenever I have to drop off a package, I stop in there and get something to eat.
Well, I can tell you, Vany, my mom never cooked Indian food.
Yeah. So your Indian cooking might be Texan authentic.
I love it when I go to an Indian restaurant, but I really don't know,
What to order?
and what goes with what, and how do you use the bread to eat some of it and all that.
Just
How
like a
do you eat it?
tortilla.
Yeah, just like a tortilla.
Completamente como tortilla.
See,
Tarka is the takeout place that I like.
tadka. R and D and S are very synonymous sounds. So it probably is tadka, the restaurant.
Oh, well, not in
I bet
Texas.
most people don't know that.
Well,
But it's a pretty good place.
Tarka doesn't mean anything. Tadka does. That's what I'm just letting you know.
What does it mean?
But
Well, you got to put a Texas twist on it.